And welcome back to Instant Raeplay with Lucky Time. So I believe we have a Smiles and a Yuri on our team. Been running into a lot of Smiles tonight for whatever reason. I guess it's just random luck that there have been a lot of people playing Smiles. Or maybe he's just unbalanced, so he draws a lot of attention. Who knows? Anyway, we're up against Genji, Clunk, and Skoldir. Very scary. We'll want to stay away. So I'm going to go with Monkey Hand right off the bat. And that should keep me at a safe distance from Clunk. Just realized no reason not to farm these creeps over here. Probably Yuri would have cleaned up if I hadn't. But we'll just test the waters here and play a little bit fast and loose in the early game just to see if they can match this level of aggression. So we'll try to snipe from the top here. I think Skoldir was one shot, possibly. Might be able to... Oh, if I sniped there, I would have definitely died, so didn't want to do that. But I can at least find a target instead of just sniping nothing. Okay, good awareness from Skoldir here to notice that I was going to snipe and then position himself properly to throw. But he doesn't have any upgrades to combo with that throw. Increases movement speed. Okay, so what? Hold on a second. This has an extra... Gives an extra boost of 41% when throwing enemies. I actually did not know that Skoldir had a special kinds of boot. Yeah, because some of the boots in the game just give you additional movement speed, but then others actually give you, like, a special characteristic. Like, Raylan's boots happen to give her a speed up when she's not in combat. So, Skoldir going to recognize that I'm vulnerable there and try chasing me. I will just reposition myself here so that we can possibly take advantage. I saw that go through him, but that's fine. I guess... as long as I'm still alive, I think that's all that matters. Yeah, my team definitely... Okay, one shot here. Definitely got him, but that's not a good situation because we did die 2 for 1. Okay, I don't know who stepped on the worm. Wasn't really looking. Look from the looks of it, could have been Skoldir. I was just kind of contemplating my life choices. Wasn't really looking at minimap there. So I think we're going to want HC bombs so that we can scare them off a little bit, because they are kind of scary. Smiles doing probably has the right idea in wanting to farm the jungle, and look at all this money. We'll get it before it disappears, and then blue droids should be showing up here. I mean, I thought they were. I'm not really sure what caused such a desynchronization in the waves. If the next wave wasn't going to show up there, but unfortunate that mine blew up before the droids had a chance to reach it. So we'll just looks like Yuri is trying to cheese them, which is very funny because they don't seem to be falling for it, but he keeps trying anyway. So it's almost like a Three Stooges situation where he's a little bit of slapstick effect to what he's doing right here. So we'll just have to be very careful, me and Smiles, knowing that at some point Blue Team is going to start ignoring Yuri and just push instead of wasting their time with him. Okay, so maybe we can get Genji there, but maybe not. It's a tricky shot. We are kind of just letting them have the lanes right now, so I'm going to want to show up again. Although, blue droids haven't really been able to make it to our turrets. Interesting that when you snipe someone, they should bounce back, but in the case of Clunk, if you jump after you get sniped, you actually cancel the bounce, when the snipe bounces you. In the case of Clunk, he has so many jumps that he can immediately cancel it just by holding the W button, because I believe the way it's programmed, the jumps are segmented to apply every frame as long as you're holding the button down or something like that. So just eliminate those creeps easily. Make sure to step on the button so that the solar falls underneath and they're not able to farm it. Because if you can keep the solar on the map like that by only momentarily pressing the button and then releasing it. So I wanted to make sure that they did not get the solar. And then interestingly, the solar actually falls down to a hidden area down here, and I believe that if the worm is open, that Yuri can actually poke his laser down there and actually pull the solar out from underneath the floor. So a little bit of ancient Awesomenauts secret technology for you there. So in this hide area, I would expect to find a clunk or something like that. It didn't look like Smiles found the trap. I don't think he even tried to trap the clunk there. But regardless, okay. So I'm just gonna try to bait somebody into this trap that's very obviously being laid here. Kind of slowing down the game to a crawl. This strategy, not really the most fun thing in the world. But you know, if I throw Rift there, they're definitely not gonna walk into it. So. I guess just working against my own team there. So I guess there's nothing really to do right now. Kind of a Sorona situation. Okay, luckily Genji did fall into my trap there. I would prefer to get exploded by Clunk over just getting thrown by Skoldir, which should tell you something, because Skoldir throw does not apply any damage, at least on base, I don't think. So, I mean, it's just that deadly, though. If you get thrown, you're almost certainly dead, whereas if you get exploded, you still have a chance to live. Oh, very unfortunate there. But, I do have another... I do have another HC bomb, so I can continue the pursuit. Don't think... Yeah, Genji is out on the field. I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. I am alone here, so definitely just make sure to be very careful. He could Earthquake down here, but it doesn't look like he's planning on it. And looks like to defend... Yeah, nice try there, buddy. He used everything, so we're probably good for just pursuing here. And if Skoldir wasn't there, I almost certainly would have been able to jump with a snipe and finish him off. But of course, Skoldir very aware of the situation. I'm going to pretend like I'm afraid so that they come closer, and then Smiles could potentially hook them. So I'll just leave the situation, I suppose. Okay, or he could just drop on the worm. That also works, you know. Classic worm technology. We'll buy piercing, and then probably want to laser pointer since they are slow, and then I keep realizing I have more money. So to stay away from Clunk and Skoldir, gonna buy boots so that I can maneuver appropriately. Genji also, I haven't really talked about it, but Genji does have the ability to cocoon us to kind of help facilitate the devastating amount of damage that Clunk and Skoldir can apply. So with this blind, they're not really gonna be able to really do much because they are slow, and every time you progress or advance in Awesomenauts, you're putting yourself at risk because someone could pop out from the edge of the screen. So slow characters especially experience a multiplicative risk. And he did apply DOT on me, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So I don't even need to take this health pack right here. I can literally just teleport. And then because we know he's going for that damage route, we'll just get one level of regen and live our lives. I assume that because my team has been killed here, they're going to feel a little bit more confident to go for our jungle. So just going to preemptively clear the jungle in case they get that idea. So we'll throw Rift in here. Not that it's going to be immediately useful, but, you know, with nothing else to do, you might as well. It's kind of might as well situation there. And interesting to note how slow Genji is when he's falling through a pass-through platform. I mean, you saw him there. He's almost as slow as Raylan. No, I mean, probably as slow as Raylan. I'm assuming there's like a baseline acceleration when a character drops, and they haven't really been given any special treatment, so they're just kind of... Okay, we can... Ooh, he did heal him, and then I believe Skoldir has what's the terminology? He has heal punch. There we go. Okay, Clunk for some reason gonna chase me. Just needs to get a bite to heal, but it looks like it was on cooldown, so he wasn't able to get it, which is good news. So make sure to get this solar while it's still here. Okay, and then every blind demoralizes them a little bit more, so that's why you buy it. Definitely wanting to... Ooh, that was a very good throw from Thousandaire, but since this map is so is positioned in such a way that I'm almost always in the air, I can easily avoid the earthquake, so no reason to worry. I mean, you saw... I don't think it applies damage by itself when you get thrown, so not really an issue. It's more so the earthquake that's going to be dangerous. Okay, did apply double HC bomb there. He's going to be running back, not going to be able to help Clunk, so I will just stay here and then try to get Clunk. He did miss because he's blind, so we'll just do something like this. Just literally place the rift in front of me. He already used throw, so he can't use it again. So he's pretty much just going to rely on auto attack, and I'm near a bouncer, so... You almost got me there, and then he steals the health pack just to send a message. I'm not sure if he's sorry about almost eating me or sorry about taking the health pack. Guess we'll never know. Okay, Thousandaire on autopilot, so he's basically just pushing buttons. Okay, and I can take these as long as I avoid the earthquake. Gonna be able to at least apply a little bit of damage there. Okay, and I wasn't able to snipe them just out of retaliation. Unfortunately, Smiles took my request at face value and just decided to show up, which was not ideal. Maybe I shouldn't have hit 3, but he might have showed up anyway. I don't know. I'm not going to put that on myself. So, got to get back in the habit of bringing up the scorecard just because I forget so often. Looks like Smiles is really struggling. Yep, and that's exactly what I was gonna say, is they're probably gonna go for jungle once one of us is down, so definitely gonna try to make sure to defend the jungle by claiming it. And then over here, yeah, that's what I was talking about. When the lane gets, on bottom lane on Serona, when it gets stalled, you can eat the enemy droids by just stepping on the button. So that initial time was kind of a mystery to me as to why the droids weren't up. Man, and okay, so he has a very interesting advantage in that stun punch is stunning me every single time. But I do have monkey hand, so I can outrange him. I just need to figure out how to reliably apply my damage. And he does have heal punch as well. Okay, was just taking a shot in the dark there. Do have to be careful about Genji's cocoon, so I think we're going to want to slow things way down here. Going to wait for 200 and just farm. Okay, Genji out of position, but he does have a cocoon, so he's not really in danger. Because if he cocoons us, even on our side, and his team shows up, we're basically in trouble. So definitely going to want Hummingbird so that we can... just get, like, sneak some shots in for free. He's not really going to be able to advance because of those mines. Because it looks like, you know, they're doing a great job just by building such a strong offense of keeping us out. You know, the good offense is the best defense, like they always say. So it looks like that's kind of the approach they're taking to defend their turrets. It's not that they have any particular way to clear lanes. It's more so just that they risk killing us so I'm gonna actually shut my mouth and reevaluate the situation here. Okay, Clunk retreating. Okay, it looks like we got position of, we got control of the mid again. Okay, this is a good situation. I did miss, but if he doesn't get hit by any of these mines, I don't know how much it's gonna matter. Okay, and Genji going to, I mean, I would expect him to have cocooned me in front of the turret there. That was a very easy cocoon for him to get. So I will farm their jungle here. Oh man, just as long as I build damage on that HC bomb, I think we're going to eventually hit our stride. Smiles still struggling, and then Yuri a little bit, probably because of the smiles. It's kind of the snowball effect you're seeing right there. I think we're definitely going to want... Man, that's unfortunate. Smiles wasn't able to get out in time. We're definitely going to want Rift damage at some point. Okay, great job from Yuri. So that was a trade. Now all we have to do is defend lanes and not sacrifice ourselves to the blue team gods. So just stand under the bouncer here so that Clunk cannot fall on top of you. And then, yeah, this is perfect. So the blue droids will show up underneath the worm here. They should. I guess our bottom lane has just been getting pushed so frequently that, man, I'm in trouble here. If I can, sneak this way, I still have a chance. Clunk is slow, so I can easily outrun him, I suppose. Yuri's still up there. I guess, ooh, you know what I could do? No, never mind. He didn't, he didn't set the trap for me. I don't understand why he was over there if he wasn't setting the trap. But I suppose it's fine because I was able to get away. Okay, Clunk still slow. And when you do put a laser pointer... Okay, I guess that was Genji, not Clunk. When you do put the laser pointer over their head, there's a little reticle that shows up. So that kind of indicates to you, if you're above them, you can see that reticle and you can see where they are. Instead of just relying on the yellow laser sight lighting up. So I'm assuming someone's going to drop here. Not quite, but it's not like Snipe was going to offer us any value otherwise. And you can see, even though we're, struggling in KD, we're absolutely crushing them in terms of turret damage. So I will just do something like that. Just evade the Clunk. Clunk very vulnerable when it's 1-on-3, and then just continue to pile into this turret here. And if he decides to jump, I'm going to do something like that. And I can really just take my sweet time here. Smile's very, very confident, perhaps unwarrantingly. Oh, where did Skoldir go? I don't see him. But I guess creating an opening for us to try to push. So we'll just try to escort this super here, I guess. And definitely distract Skoldir because we do have a super. So while we have a super, we can literally just kite him around and then let the super do all of the work. Okay, yep, just continue kiting him. The super is doing things. You can see on minimap, the droids are there. They are present. Okay, and just wait for him to jump up. Pretty much in a very safe position here while all of these mines exist. They do like to fly, so I guess Yuri does have the right idea. Oh, did not expect Skoldir over there, but look how many mines we have! We have like 4 mines, and it's only gonna get worse. Oh, unfortunate slide off right there. Yeah, Smiles does need that more in this situation, so I will let him have it. I don't really have any sustain right now. No, I do. Okay, I have 1 level of Medican. And almost 700, so we'll just continue to support our team here. Okay, did blind 2 of them. Smile's gonna be in trouble, but I will take these. I'm just gonna let him go, honestly, because the blue team is running away. So, yeah, and I don't feel confident that I could kill Skoldir. So instead of trading for Skoldir, I think I'll just trade for the turret instead. It's a free turret; it's not going anywhere. Meanwhile, Skoldir is jumping all over the place. Okay, interesting. Doubling up on the creeps there. Clunk doesn't really seem to be too interested in looking at minimaps, so I think I'll take advantage of that. And very simple here. Yep, just wait for him to throw. He's gonna use it because he's trigger happy, I suppose. And interestingly, I did get punched there, but you could see it didn't cancel me my charging up my snipe. So I don't know what happened there. It might have been a bug, or it might have been intended behavior. Okay, luckily didn't get tagged by the earthquake there. It's, not that it does a substantial amount of damage just yet, but it's always a pain to have to wait to regen that. And with 800, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous at this point. Okay, did miss, but, okay, so I'm going to be alone here. I'm going to want to plan ahead. As long as... Yep, okay, so he did throw me. But this Sirona is structured in such a way that I don't really have to care what they're doing. Yep, because the bouncers just make me so unbelievably unpredictable. And I did hit, I did hit him with that amazingly. Yep, I did just heal all of the health back that the DOT did. Okay, so I will just be able to run down here, just collect more health. I mean, you can see how ridiculous this map is in allowing you to just get away with things scot-free. It's so horribly designed. And then basically I'm out. I'm home. Like, you see, and then they completely wasted their push because they were chasing me around the whole time. It's you know, if I was designing this map, I wouldn't have put these bouncers in maybe the same positions, but I guess it's a little too late to talk about that. Don't see anybody, so I will just hold off on advancing. I do still have 900, so not going to pick up that solar. That's a trap. I could have told you that. And we did get thrown into Clunk, but Clunk, again, you know, like I said, seems to be struggling with the reactions. So, Skull, you're probably going to try chasing me here. Okay, Smile's dead again. I need to be able to teleport at some point to spend this money. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna exercise patience and wait. So you'll be able to see 1,000 solar this game. You'll be able to see what that looks like if you've never seen it before. Okay, just gonna blind Clunk there. Yep, just be a little bit tricky, and then teleport out for free because the teleport time is ridiculously low. So I'm not going to spend just yet because I did promise you that you'll be able to see what 1,000 solar looks like. So I guess we'll just continue trying to push here. I mean, you can see, even without spending this money, we're still completely fine. We can basically just run around and do whatever we want, solely based on the fact that Clunk can't seem to hit a bite. So here you go. Here's 1,000 solar for you. Congratulations, you win. And then Genji gonna suffer here. Don't have HC bombs, so he's not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to kill him through that. Ooh, almost ran right into that gnome. It was kind of blending in with the background there. Okay, just the Smile's really just putting himself out of position again. Seems like, but good thing he has a lot of health, so he doesn't have to worry. Okay, and then as long as Yuri lives here, I can buy. But of course, I have to continue to wait. So we'll just again wait. He's gonna earthquake because of course he is. And we'll just jump up here and then wait for him to show himself so that we can blind him. Smile's dead again. At some point, I'm just going to give up on defending and just go to their turret. Okay, I hope he takes the... Okay, can't really do much. He's going to jump above me. I hope. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, we're just going to go farm their jungle. Never mind. Okay, looks like I'm dead here unless I can sneak down here, wait for him to punch, and then easily juke. Again, because the map is so badly designed that you can just get away with things like that, even though you shouldn't be able to. I mean, it doesn't make... I mean, it makes for, you know, interesting gameplay. I guess I shouldn't really be so hard on the map design, since it could be the case also that they're just not placing their position correctly, and that a different team would be able to catch me. So here we go. We have a 1,100 solar, and I think with this turret going down here, I'll finally go and spend, and then we'll see how much of a difference that makes. So I'll buy a Hummingbird. We want to focus on being able to push. So I will get snipe damage. It's never a bad idea. And then 1 level of health. And then I imagine another level of health. But nothing really obvious is coming to mind. You know, no upgrades are very clearly standing out to me. So, you know, nothing has really changed here. Smile's continuing to struggle. Yuri pulling it back a little bit. Or, you know, at least maintaining his KD. And then I don't believe I bought a level of, range, so I think I might want to buy that. Possibly even before health, because I haven't really been struggling with the health that I have, so... Okay, could have been thrown there. That would have been scary. But as long as I try to take out Thousandaire, this is fine. His team isn't around, so I can be totally safe here. If Scoldier falls, I have a rift for him, so that's not going to be an issue. Yep, and it looks like, wow. Who did that? Clunk, was that you? Clunk, you little, you little rascal. Okay, they're both blind. Genji's still going to fly forward. Amazing. Amazing confidence level from Genji here. If only I had that level of confidence. I think Scoldier is going to want to be above us here. Genji and Scoldier both seem to have their finger on the pulse of where they need to be positioning, but without that third in Clunk, you know, he's not really applying much damage. I mean, they are applying it on Smiles, but I can, you know, Raylan has the ability to just defend by herself. There we go. So now we're starting to actually generate kills because we used, because we bought snipe damage. So here we go. He's probably going to turn around and bite, but fortunately missing. We'll take this creep before Scoldier decides to. And then just try to, yep, finish him off before he can punch himself into more health. Wow, and then very nearly killing me there, but he's not going to be able to have the auto attack speed to catch me with those missiles because she's just way too fast. So fortunately going to be able to get away. And then you know, I'm reluctant to teleport back because we finally have an advantageous position where we can push. So I'm just going to maybe kite them around a little bit just to prevent them from defending. Just going to watch minimap intently here. My team seems to be holding the line on top lane, which is good. So my team doesn't really even need, you know, it's a misconception. They don't need to do well. They really just need to do well enough so that we can take turrets down. And that's about it. So they're doing just that, which is fine. Genji might come up here, in which case he's going to be in trouble. Looks like I can snipe him here. I don't think he's going to see this. Yes, but I'm not going to be able to take it, which is unfortunate. So if he hits me here, yep, I can deny it. And then just put a rift behind him. And even if he cocoons me, it's not going to matter. Wow. Really bad aim from me there. I'm not going to try to make excuses, but he is alone. Is he? I mean, this is why I say Genji's got his finger on the pulse. He's just planning appropriately. Oh, I did. Ooh, very close to getting him. I think I had the opportunity. He was on my screen, but I just didn't aim correctly. So they're still getting pushed. They're probably feeling way more pressure now that droids are basically at their turret. And with another 400, man, poor Yuri. What a way to go. Though he does have bubble, so he was actually completely fine. I mean, this is why I say Yuri having Yuri's is totally fine, even though he was thrown there. Bubble just makes that a non-issue. Okay, and they can potentially catch me here, so I'm going to be very careful. And as long as I'm alive, I have our team has nothing to fear because I can just defend. Okay, going to be very aware of Scoldier's position. I can jump up here, so I will, and then I'll just run forward. I think Scoldier probably is going to want to... Oh, if only I had the snipe. Okay, if I hold here, I'm probably going to be able to get out. Yeah, he doesn't have an Earthquake again. He just used it. And you could see how ridiculously fast the... we talked about range and then regen again. I think I might even be able to get a second level of range. How ridiculously fast the teleport timing is. So over here... Yep, as long as Genji doesn't have a cocoon for me, or I juked it appropriately. I'm not really sure which was the case. Then we'll be able to catch Clunk just fine, or Scoldier just fine. Paying attention to a lot of things at the same time right now. We do have to take out this super droid before we pursue. Just because I don't want to rely on trusting that Yuri has it handled. You know, it would be nice, but it would also be nice to be able to trust him. That's all I'm saying. He hasn't been doing bad. I mean, 3-7, that could, you know, your performance isn't necessarily just a function of how you play. It could also be a function of how your team has been playing, because the snowball effect is real. So it's never wise to just assume that someone's a bad player just because they might be down on KD. So we'll just come over here, and while they're distracted, Scoldier looks like he's, yep, taking the top route to get to me, so I will go down the bottom route. And then that kind of isolates his team, so we might be able to, blind Clunk there. I'm not really going to be able to follow it up with anything. You can see Clunk's health bar is absolutely disgusting. But here we go. We might be able to do something here. Okay, just make sure to keep applying damage to Clunk. And then if he throws me, I'm totally fine because I have boots. So I think that's why he bought slow. Okay, Genji going to be trading turret damage for turret damage, it looks like. But I'm Raylan, so as long as I have the opportunity to shoot here, then we're going to out-damage him. And as long as Skoldir hasn't bought Earthquake range, then we're totally fine. I'm hoping against hope. I'm not going to like take the time to check here, but I'm hoping that he maxed out his Earthquake row so that he doesn't have the opportunity to get it. Because if he buys that upgrade, we're definitely in trouble. Again, just hoping Skoldir doesn't show up here. Beautiful punch if it was intended for me. If not, then, I mean, you should go buy a lottery ticket. I think he's probably, going up that way. We'll just expend Rift here, and if Genji shows up from the front, I'm in trouble, but looks like he's not going to. Instead, he's going to worm here, and I'm going to easily be able to just juke around, wait for my team. I mean, this is, again, why you do this. And then just place a Rift here and teleport so that they have to fall through it to be able to get to me. Oh, wow, so they're going to actually trade turret for turret. Okay, I did not expect that, but Yuri is here, so he is able to defend, which was the plan. We just wanted to distract him for long enough so that he could do something like that. Okay, beautiful. Now, just get around Clunk. Doesn't even need to... We don't need to kill him. We're not going to kill him. We just need to get around him and then go straight for their turret. Skoldir has his finger on the pulse. He understands my plan exactly. So I will drop Rift right there for him. And then just do something like that. Wow, okay. Probably gonna die there, yeah. I mean, I had to give up the ghost at some point. But you can see another one of those suicide missions, and we are clear for their base. Then we can just start War of Attritioning them down, and at that point, there's nothing they're going to be able to do about it. So very crucial next minute here. My team needs to stay alive and needs to keep the turret healthy. I've maxed out my build, so there's nothing solar is useful for here, so I might as well not even collect it. Just hold to the right as much as possible so I can get out as quickly as I can. And then basically, I think Smiles kind of accepted his role here and is just going on a suicide mission. So I will position myself up top. We're going to have to be very careful, though, because without all three of us there... Yeah, that's not, you know... Clunk is here. And I think we can, teleport from here. Yeah, he can't reach me over here, so that's totally fine. So now, at this point, our turret is healthy. We have the opportunity to just clear lanes, and then we can War of Attrition. And that's all we really need to do. So they're going to be going, back. I'm just going to bait him to that side. Meanwhile, fight Genji while he's alone. Okay, and he did, I believe he got Earthquake height. So I will just come up here, trap him in Rift. He's going to be struggling. Clunk not really going to be an issue. Going to grab that, and then he's going to bite me, but... ooh, okay, so he did slow me down enough such that I couldn't reach the platform, or reach the bouncer. So my team is going to have to defend. I'm suspecting they're going to have a hard time with this. So let's pull up the scorecard here. Man, you can see, just despite Clunk being as weak as he was in the early game, still up on KD. It's just how it goes. So I think I have to be a little bit more aggressive, actually. So even though it is kind of hard to get behind them, and they do know that I'm going to be doing that, I think I still have to. You can see Skoldir is not there anymore. He has teleported because he's waiting for me specifically. So we'll just try to actually just kill him. Okay, was able to blind him successfully. He did throw me, but... Okay, so this is not going to work. I did take out about 3 bars. They did take out our turret in return. Yeah, so that strategy is not going to work. We're going to have to rely on actually just team fighting them. or just play out of our minds. Do that again and play out of our minds. Although I don't think that's going to work, because even if I do get around Skoldir, then my team is still going to eat it, because you could see they couldn't defend turret. You know, even with turret there, they were still at a disadvantage. So, you know, two of my teammates plus a turret was worse than 2 of their teammates. Okay, luckily was able to get Genji, and then we've cleared the rest of the threat. He didn't get Earthquake range, so we're going to be able to just sneak around here. Gonna have to tank some of these bullets. Okay, and Skoldir, I'm just paying very close attention here. Okay, he did get me, but that's fine. Okay, I think Smiles tried to backdoor, and he did a great job of it. So we will just hopefully go finish the game now. We do have to watch out for Clunk. We do have to watch out for Genji. Oh my goodness. I didn't even look at the minimap to see how close the base was, but it looks like Smiles... You know, I was so focused. I was so intently focused on fighting Skoldir there. I had no time to even glance at what was going on. Damn, that was quite the finisher. Just a photo finish right there. Smiles, great job. Made the right call, apparently. Because if I couldn't backdoor, because of my health bar or my tools, for whatever, you know, was the reason, then at least Smiles could. I didn't expect him to go for it, and I didn't expect it to work. So I guess that's what I get for being a non-believer. I end up with egg on my face. So great job to my team for holding it together. You know, even if we did end up losing that game, I think we could still be proud of our performance just because of how long we held them off. I think that counts for something. And then even if you take, you know, a single turret off of them, even if you're feeling the pressure and you end up losing, if you take a single turret off of them, you can still, you know, I count those as consolation prizes. So great job to Red Team. Definitely were more coordinated. And, you know, better luck next time. So hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I will see you next time.